check. Welcome. How's everyone doing? Can y'all hear me? Hope y'all are doing well. It is September 10th at 5:53 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, and we are live on twitch.tv. Cool. So yeah, we're doing the usual today, working on projects. Sorry I'm late. I'm very late today. Now it's almost 25 minutes since I was supposed to start streaming, so my apologies. Ran into the issues, some issues with the bus as always, but we're here now. I'll try and stream a little bit past 6:30, maybe until closer to 7. We'll see. But yeah, that's about it. Sorry I'm late, and let's get into it. So here, let me move the messages there. I also meant to see if there's a way where I can get it so that I can see what Instagram sees. Sorry, I'm gonna take a moment to just set up Instagram real quick because I always have to do it separately. There we go. Sorry, I fixed one thing in my software. Now I gotta go fix one thing over on Instagram. Yeah, we should be live over there now. Just adding my message to go over to Twitch because the stream's better here. And YouTube. Cool. Awesome. It's still doing the thing where it doesn't show names and messages. It is what it is, I suppose. We're also going to check real quick how it sounds, because we've been having some issues with Instagram audio lately, but I'll go check in on that real quick. We've been having some issues with Instagram. Oh, actually sounds perfect. Cool. Good. All right, let's get into it. Joseph Bert, are you saying BRB? First message BRB. I'm not sure if you meant something else, but good to see you, Joe. Thanks for stopping by as always. Thank you. We're a little late today, but we're finally here. Ran into some bus issues. Be right there. Got you. Yeah. No, take your time. No, happy you're here. Thanks for saying hi in the chat. Sweet. I await your formal joining. But yeah, anyways, we'll get into the usual today. Sorry about the wait there. Sorry I had to check on Instagram. It is what it is. You know, I'm not apologizing. But anyways, let's see. One thing I forgot to add to my stream from yesterday is say drawings made today from yesterday's stream. I forgot to add all these screenshots in. It's a macOS feature that I'm not in love with. Oh, did they put them all in one? No. Then. There we go. This one's actually pretty cool. I didn't remember liking any of the ones we made with line drawings, but I don't hate this one. It's actually kind of nice. But anyways, let's copy and paste everything here and add it into our stream for today. We'll start a new board today. 18th stream. I think I can't use numbers and titles here. 18th stream board. September 10th, 2024. Let's paste in yesterday's board. Cool. Going to delete some of that from yesterday. Talked briefly. Actually, you know what? Let's just start by recapping what we did yesterday. So, we started the stream by talking about the book I was reading by Adam Savage called Every Tool's a Hammer. I love the chapter on studio spaces and want to talk about it very briefly on stream. So that was the first thing we did. And then we continued editing Thursday's sketch from last week. Started a new sketch, so those were the drawings that we just looked at now. Continued editing that sketch, started a new sketch with lines, which is the black and white one that I just showed, based on same concepts but with lines instead of shapes. Neither sketch got to a satisfactory place, but I think it'll be better to continue the tutorial sooner rather than later. So yeah, that's something we hope to do today is move on to the tutorial, but I am going to just briefly look at the code, see if there's anything I can do to improve those two sketches. We went on a tangent about coding for video games, which you can also see up here, talking about how you can use code for processing in P5.js to make like simple little games. And if I'll work on that next, or the nature of code, or go right into Godot, because I do think Godot will be more helpful for what I want to do, Godot or Unreal, but I do like the idea of using a free open source software like Godot. And then we made an agenda for today, so let's take a look at that. I'm going to copy and paste that here. The agenda for today's stream. Change this word to yesterday. And yeah, I'm going to delete this up here because we're not gonna get too much into that again today. Also going to delete these drawings because hopefully we make new, better drawings today. Actually, I'll delete them from my desktop as well. I'll move these two to the side here, because it'd be cool to hang on to those for a little bit. So, what is our agenda for today? Reviewing what we completed yesterday, that's what we just did. Continuing editing yesterday's sketches until they arrive at that place, that I'm satisfied with, or I decide to move back onto the tutorial. Again, it will be important not to harp on the bad drawings for too long. I can always revisit them, and the tutorials and concepts are most important for now. You know, we gotta make some bad work while you try to learn a new skill. So that's what we're doing here. In these sketches, utilize concepts from previous tutorial chapters, especially from mouse press to ven, and then we'll finally get on to the next chapter, finally on variables, which I think will be an important one in learning how to code, program generally. Then we'll end by making an agenda for tomorrow's stream. Cool. So we'll close out of that for now. Let's open up our sketches from yesterday. Do want to keep these here for now. Mouse interactions in 2D. Is this similar to what we've done so far? It is. Oh well, that's more complex though. At least in my eyes, that's more complex. Very cool. Anyways, let's stop it. It's a whole other tangent, so let's just get into our previous sketches. So let's open up the sketchbook. Most recently was the 17th stream, since today's the 18th stream. So this is the one with the lines. So yeah. Again, I kind of like the dots, but I don't love that, how the lines are moving exactly. See these like moments where it twists, like we see on the top left here, I kind of like, but everything else is just too boring. So let's see what we can do to improve it. Yeah, try making the numbers even smaller. Let's add some more points too. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so yeah, one of those points was created by a line. Okay, so I do like this drawing more already. Funny to see how the lines, kind of like that a lot of them converge where the mouse is. So here, I'm going to put commons where the points are for now. Only one of them showing up really though, which is weird. Do mouse X, mouse Y. Let's do times 4. Actually, let's do divide by 4 times 2. Let's do times 3 just to change it up a bit more. See how this looks. All right. So yeah, it really only gets interesting in the top corner there. What do we do? All right, this is better. It's almost like a bird flapping their wings. That's kind of nice. Take a screenshot of that. Do here. What this looks like. All right, now things are starting to move a little bit more dynamically, but it's very quickly getting overlaid a little bit too much. What happens if we change stroke weight to 0? Does it just become invisible? No, it does not. Can you do decimal points for stroke weight? Oh wait, I forgot we had different stroke weights for each one. So that might end up going in setup. All right, yeah, this is much better. Awesome. Cool, because then we can start to really layer things a lot more. Awesome, awesome. Much, much better. Cool. Let's look at what the shape is on its own real quick. So this is kind of like the shape. How can we change that a little bit more? Here, if I just delete all the stroke weights, does it default to 0 too? Okay. No, that's thicker than it was before. But if we put stroke weight on the top, does that change things for everything else? For each of the lines, I mean. Let's do stroke weight 0, parentheses, parentheses, semicolon. See what that does. It does. Cool. So I can put that up in setup. Nice. Cool. Let's see. What else could we do here? We add some more lines. Let's do that, but instead of subtracting, instead of dividing, multiplying, let's try subtracting and adding. I forgot I might have to make the numbers much larger for that. Let's do a little interesting thing on the top right near where the mouse is, so that's kind of cool. I feel like I can make things a little bit more sculptural because of that. At least on the right. Cool. Add some more. That was hard to read. Let's make a separate sort of block of code. That way I can distinguish it a little bit more easily. See how this looks so far. Wow, this looks pretty wild. Cool. Already much better. Awesome. And it looks more three-dimensional too. What else can we do? Kind of like drawing fractals, I think. Yeah, I'll take a screenshot of this one as well. Sorry, just having fun with it now. What else can we do here? I'll highlight everything and then put two. No, it doesn't comment everything. That would be cool. I wonder if there's an easy way to comment a bunch of lines at the same time. So this is where it was before. I like it more and less at the same time. Different things about it I like more, different things I like less. Let's try adding in the points. Wonder why I had -0 as an option. Doesn't seem great. Or it doesn't seem useful at all. Oh yeah, I can't really see the points at all. I assume because they're too thin. We can add a new stroke weight for all of them. Or not, because I put that in setup. Oh, I can. Oh, but it changes the stroke weight of everything. So that's disappointing. Alright. So should I just exclude points? You know what? Let's see if there's anything else in our reference, in the processing reference that we could use instead. Oh, there's the tutorial we're working through right now. References, that's what I was looking for. We go down to there's primitive, but we're looking for 2D primitive, which I believe is under shape. Yeah, I don't think I want to add any of these shapes. I mean, I could try it, but you know what? Yeah, let's try it. Why not? Let's do rectangle because I remember I was happiest with that one. It looks like. Oh, forgot the stroke weight is still 8. Yeah, there it is in the top left. That would be kind of cool to add stationary shapes with this too. Oh, the lines go underneath. Kind of interesting. Wonder why the bottom, the right and the bottom have kind of like this weird drop shadow behind that. Wonder why that is. Exit out of that for now. Let's do mouse X plus 120, mouse Y minus 80, mouse X plus 120. What happens if we keep one stationary too? Oh, there's a second square up there. This claw of the square kind of like erases the drawing in a way. If we move over here, it like continues to add on. I don't think it's exactly what we're looking for though. So yeah, I'll remove it for now. What else could we add to this? Run it back again. Let's run it with this code again. Weird how there's some lines that kind of like, do you see that on the bottom one where it's like they're kind of stuck together in a row? That's strange. Here, I'm gonna, you know what, I'm pretty thirsty. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. We'll continue playing around with this in just a moment. I just don't know what I want to do to these extra lines and shapes here. What could be interesting, I don't think this will actually have interesting results, but we could replace some of the digits with width and height variables. It'll just add a stationary number, but we could see. Or we could do width plus mouse X. I wonder if that works. Yeah, let me try it with this number. Oh, that must be that new line up there. So it does work. But here. See what that does. Oh yeah, you can see there's that one line up there. Oh, if I erase it, just kind of disappears. skip this song. It's a little too mellow right now, making me want to fall asleep. Yeah, I love these movements over here. How do I get more of that to happen? And up here, I suppose. I'm just kind of drawing along, seeing what I can make. Hey, I saw you were working on digital art. This is pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. For some reason, I thought here, Twitch did a weird thing where it flagged your account for some reason. Here, let me unflag your account. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Yeah, it's been doing that for every new viewer. I don't know why that is. But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, working on digital art right now. Here, I just took a screenshot of this because we're about to lose the drawing. Also, if you send a new message, Art by Bethany, I think it should show up all right. It shouldn't be flagged by Twitch. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. Thank you. So yeah, this is the code for what we're working on right now. So just program this drawing in a software called Processing. Put a link to the website in the chat. This is Processing right here. And yeah, working on digital art. So if you run this sketch that I programmed, can move the mouse around to create these weird shapes. It's very improvisational, very abstract, but you know, we're just trying to figure out how to program right now. Still taking it day by day, bit by bit. And yeah, in terms of that, I'm pretty satisfied with it so far. That one I'm actually pretty happy with too. It keeps doing a thing where it screenshots all my monitors. I'll have to delete some of these. Here, this is what we've screenshot so far, so let's open them up. So here's the first drawing, second one. So that the width of each line was changed a lot. I'm not happy with that, so I'm probably gonna delete that one. It definitely works the best when you use thinner lines, because then things can actually start to layer and evolve. Oh, this is actually kind of a cool example with the rectangles too. I didn't do much to the rectangles, but still. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with this. I feel like I should start to move on in the tutorial, but you know, I've been inspired to keep going with this here. I'm gonna remove all the twins because I think those are useless. Also gonna remove what we commented out, because I don't think we are really going to use that at all either. But yeah. Make another drawing here one more time. I also kind of like what happens on the right here when it really starts to follow the mouse. I guess it does that everywhere too, but especially on the right. I'm also Artist Cool. Awesome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome myself as well. I have returns. Welcome back, Joe. Welcome back. Oh, yeah, your message came through all right now. I am also Artist Cool. Awesome. Me too, yeah. Got another artist right here, Joe, in the chat. Joe and I are friends. Can you review my work? I cannot. I'm sorry, I don't need to laugh. I'm just laughing because Joe and I were talking about this happening to him the other day. So my apologies for laughing. That's a very valid question. But yes, I'm sorry, I cannot review your work right now. But yeah, thanks for stopping by nonetheless. Happy to talk about art, but yeah, focusing on these coding projects right now. Nice drawing, thank you. So yeah, I changed a few things and I'm happy with what we did. Yeah, so sorry, I keep taking screenshots. I can show you some of the screenshots that I took. Let me just delete some of these. Also gonna delete, was this the one that I hate? Yeah, this is the one that I hate. I don't hate, but like, please. Yes, let me walk you through it. Would love to see some, sure. So yeah, so the big thing I figured out, actually I shouldn't have deleted that drawing because that drawing was a good example. I realized the thing that I hated about the drawings yesterday wasn't the form, which is what I thought it was the thickness of each line. So essentially I changed the stroke weight for all of the lines. So to do that, I put it in setup instead of draw so that it applies that to everything in the sketch. Should be in your trash can, sure, yeah. This trash can isn't good enough. I have to put it in the physical print it just to throw it out. But yeah, what else? So yeah, put it in setup so that applied to all the lines down here. And I realized that was the big thing that was, so here, let me give you an example. There's the stroke weight. If I change it to like, even like 6, stroke weight 6, this is what it looks like. You know, the screen gets really dark really quick. I'm saying to undelete it. Oh, got you. Well, this is actually a better example is if I just show you by altering the code a little bit. So yeah, here if I type in stroke weight 6, this is what it looks like. And now if I change it to 0, make it very thin, this is what it looks like. Much better because now I can like actually layer the lines and they start to become a lot more dimensional because of that. Like you can see in this bottom right that I'm drawing right now, it starts to feel a lot more three-dimensional, which I'm super happy about. So yeah, I thought it was kind of like the form, but it was actually just the thickness of the lines. I see. So yeah, I'm still not thrilled about the form either. You know, I want to change the coordinates of all these lines. And now that I'm happy with it, I feel a little bit more inclined to do so, but I also just feel like I gotta just accept that the drawing's not where I want it to be and keep going with the code. Smaller stroke is better for sure. Yeah, I totally agree. Can you make it tied to cursor speed? That's a good question. Not yet, but I don't see why that isn't possible in the future. The next chapter in the tutorial is on how to make your own variables, and the coordinates of the mouse X and mouse Y are variables. So I wonder if we could make a coordinate using cursor speed, because that's a really good idea. What I did to kind of like make it a little bit more dynamic is instead of adding and subtracting from the mouse coordinates, I've multiplied and divided by. And you can see, I think that's why if we move into the corner here, the lines are much more vertical, while if they're up here, they're horizontal. And everything in between is because we're multiplying and dividing instead of adding and subtracting. So that helped. But we're already doing a little bit of that yesterday. So here, these are the drawings that I screenshotted so far from today. I don't know why it has just opened twice. There we go. So here, first drawing, I think we just screenshot that. This one I was really happy with too. This one I added a few extra lines, and I thought that the vertical lines helped give it more dimension too. Now that I look back at these, I should probably add something like this back into the code. From what I'm hearing, you seem to be getting a good grasp on this chapter. Moving on, we'll give you more, then later you can come back and make drawings of this type that you are super happy with, that are more complex. Appreciate you saying that, Joe. That's what I needed to hear. Nice screenshot. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. I should call it here, move on. We can come back to all this later. GGS. I don't know what GGS stands for, I'll be honest. Got to go. No, that's not what that means. GTG. Oh, this one was kind of cool where I added rectangles in. It's very different from everything else. I still don't love it, but it means Oh, good game. Nice, nice. But plural. Got you, got you. Yeah, I've only heard GG. I've never heard GGS, but yeah. Multiple good games. Got you. I like that you put the good game in quotes too to help clarify. Pronounce like GG's. Got you. I've heard people say it before. I've just never seen it typed out. When you've had me verbally say GG's, I was like, oh yeah, duh, of course. I had to physically say it. But that's funny. That's funny. Keep forgetting to click on my chat. I love it. I like this feature where in my software where I can like add chat messages by clicking on them, but the only issue is that they're all the same size, so like you can see this chat is just so tiny. Now if I make them bigger, then these are even bigger than they currently are, so I don't know. What's next? What's next is the chapter on making your own variables, so let's get into that right now. I feel like it's been a while since we've dived into the tutorials. Actually, before we move on, let me add these to my freeform board, all these screenshots. I'll say, before I forget, drawings made today. Add them in. Oh, that added the titles. That's not what we want. There we go. Add those babies and let's get it. Next chapter is so exciting. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Glad the viewers, glad chat with Joe is excited as always. I actually kind of like how the drawings look layered on top of each other. In a weird way, they kind of look, maybe it's because they look more complex when they're small. Maybe it's because you can see the composition a little bit more clearly, but yeah, I'm glad we're doing this right now. I am also Ars. Can I show you something? Sorry, I can't right now. But glad to hear it, and yeah. Do you have SC of the green and blue rounded rectangle drawings? What does SC stand for? Yeah, that looks cool. Cool, yeah, glad you agree. Oh, yes, I do. Sorry, screenshot, yes. I made the screenshots yesterday and I forgot to add them into the frame for screenshot my temple. No, I got you. I figured it out. Yeah, I forgot to add it to the freeform board yesterday, so that's why I'm doing it now. These are the only two screenshots I had from yesterday. And then the stream before, I had these two screenshots. But yeah, these are the screenshots that I took yesterday. So at least something, you know, something where I can kind of remember the stream and remember what state the drawings were in. Very sick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So here, let's go back. Let's finish organizing these. Something like this. Is that even? I think it's even. I just get confused as to how screenshot means screenshot. Yeah, I honestly didn't know that either. Teaching me a lot of acronyms today. But yeah. And it comes from print screen, aka print screen. Yeah, no, that is very, very, very weird. I don't understand it either. So here, I'll add this over here. Seems like other people... Sorry. Seems like other people say SS for screenshot. Yeah, no, I've honestly never used an acronym for it. Anyways, please continue. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Art by Bethany, but I can't review your portfolio. You should send it to Joe though. Joe also streams. You should stop by his chat, and you know, maybe he'll review your portfolio. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's just we were talking about this this happening to him for so long yesterday. Yeah, see, Joe will review it. Stop by his chat. Send it to twitch.tv/joeybingle. Nice. So yeah, I'm not dropping my Discord right now. Alright. Alright. I don't think this is even, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is for now. And yeah, we're moving on finally. So this is the tutorial we're working through today. I'm gonna put in the chat. We're going to go a little bit over time. It's 6:33. I started around 6:50, so let's go until like 6:50. That should be good. Actually, before I confirm that, let me check something real quick. But yeah, I dropped the link to the guide in the chat. I'll put it up here as well. Let me just check something real quick, see how we're doing on time. All right. Let's see. So yeah, here's the tutorial. Finally getting back
Learning
in.
processing 10 years later, take 1. Do you have no idea what it means?
Oh, accidentally clicked on something. Cyberpunk time. All right, Art by Bethany, I'm sorry, I'm going to ban you if you try to get me to send you my Discord and review your portfolio one more time. No problem. Do you have Instagram? No, I'm sorry, Art by Bethany. But I'm very close to banning you right now. Cyberpunk 9, Nightbot, where you at? Nice. All right, so are you about to stream right now? You about to stream? I'll stop by after my stream. Yeah, and the funny how you say Nightbot, where you at, and Nightbot already starts sending a bunch of messages. I feel like something's wrong with my Nightbot. I don't know what it is. But yeah. Yeah, let's see. Sorry, still laughing about earlier, unfortunately. There we go. So yeah, let's move up to variables. Art by Bethany, thank you for the follow. I apologize for talking about banning you from the chat, but thank you for the follow nonetheless. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And yeah, so we have flows up and draw, mouse X, mouse Y, mouse pressed, variables. Yeah, let's head over there.
Moment. All right, I'm back. I hope you tried a few things with code. I hope you took a nice break for yourself and are ready to dive in to variables in processing. Now, we've already been using variables, mouse X, mouse Y,
right.
width, and height. But
probably end up re-reviewing this chapter tomorrow. Oh, the introductions to variables is only a minute, so yeah.
What are those, technically speaking? Well, the computer has something called memory. It's a place where it can store information. I talked a little bit about how information at its lowest level is encoded as zeros and ones. We don't really need to worry about that here. The point of why I'm bringing this up is when you use the term mouse.
All right, Art by Bethany, it is time. I am banning you. I apologize. I will not review your portfolio. It's fine that you followed me, but yes, sorry. I will not message you on Instagram, Discord, whatever it may be. I already warned you. Actually, you know what? I'll just put a timeout. Yeah, that should be fun. Sorry, Art by Bethany, but it's a done deal. Not today.
X in your code. What that actually is a alias. It's a word that stands in for an address in the computer.
Here, let me say, start a new board. Let me put on some music again. So we'll say, what do we say here? Notes from variables. So excited about this new chapter for real. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, sorry it's taking me so long to get into it. Cap L. What was I gonna say? Yeah, are you streaming right now? I remember you said Cyberpunk time. Let me see if you're live actually. Actually, don't want to put that on my screen quite yet. No, you're not live. Sorry, you tricked me. About to was captivated by your stream. Thank you. Well, extra apologies that it's taken me so long to get into the chapter, but finally about to. So notes from variables. Variables. Do you have any interest in creative coding yourself? No apology necessary. Well, then I take it back. Yeah, do you have any interest in creative coding? Is this something you would get into? Do you, homie? You're killing it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, I only asked just because I feel like you're watching the streams, you're paying attention to the chapters. I could see you getting into it. Yeah, for sure. I want to make games. Sweet. Awesome. Eventually. Well, I'm happy you're here. Perfect. We'll learn together on these streams because again, I'm just learning from the ground up. Just like you are. Yeah, cool. Glad to hear it. Are you going to use Unity? I know you've mentioned that's my go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Also, I don't know if you saw, but we had to time out Art by Bethany while we were gone, unfortunately. I don't know if they're still here, but thank you for stopping by, Art by Bethany. I did, all right. You did. Sorry, I saw the viewer count dip at one point. I don't know if it's just because they left, and I was like, maybe Joe's BRBing. But yeah, they're a scammer, but we appreciate them and move on. Yeah, exactly.
Computer's memory. At that address in the computer's memory.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to type is variables are an alias for how did he describe it?
Alias, it's a word that stands in for an address in the computer's memory.
That stands in for an address in the computer's memory. That stands in for an address in the computer's memory.
At that address in the computer's memory is the information you're looking for. The X position.
Actually, no, I don't need to write that down.
Of the mouse. On a technical level, that's what a variable is. It's a word that points to an address in the computer's memory where information is stored. It's what lets your sketch keep track of information over time. If you are making a game, you need a variable for score, what level you're on, how many lives you have left. All
Cool, we're finally talking about game design. We're finally doing it.
All of those things. And here we see
I'll say
what
was his examples about game design?
If you are making a game, it's what lets
Let's go.
your sketch keep track of information over time. If you are making a game, you need a variable for score, what level you're on, how many lives you have left. All of those.
I'll say variables are used a lot in games. Bingo, I see you're live. I just got the little notification on my screen. Let's go. Variables are used a lot in games. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. They are often used to display score, level, number of lives remaining, etc. Interesting how the memory governs the variables. Yeah, no, right? Makes sense. Yeah, I understand on the most basic principle the parts of a computer, but I don't exactly understand how a computer works. We're talking about RAM, right? Yeah, I assume when he's referring to memory, he's talking about RAM. Because I don't. So yeah, I see how this. I understand how that would be assigned to the memory or the RAM, and how that's taking from that. But also, the big thing that I don't understand, and you probably know the answer to this, is what does the processor do in a computer? I understand basically how different tasks are assigned to different parts of a computer, but I feel like I don't fully grasp what each individual part does for a computer. So yeah, it is interesting that we're talking about the memory here too. And I didn't really think about how memory and graphics and stuff are all really affected by code, just because I feel like it's a stereotype that you don't need a strong computer to code. But you know, I guess we're making visual interactive things and you need a strong computer to make games. So yeah, I don't know. We're learning. That's all I know for now.
Things. And here we see this in action. In this sketch, I've got the variable mouse X. Wherever I put that into the code, processing will then go look in memory, find the location, find that number, and use that where it draws the circle itself. But what if, and there's another sketch I have running here right above it, I want that circle to move on its own. And I want it to bounce off the edges as it moves around. This is a goal I have. At some point, I want to write all the code for this bouncing ball sketch. And this section about variables is the start of that. In order to execute this vision I have, I need to have my own variable, one that I make up and that I bring to the program, not one that's built in.
Let me hear that last sentence one more time.
In order to execute this vision I have, I need to have my own variable, one that I make up and that I bring to the program, not one that's built in.
As far as I'm aware, the processor is actually the part of the computer where the actual physical execution of code takes place, utilizing the other parts as like team members on a group project. Interesting. Bad example? I don't know. That made a lot of sense to me. I guess it's only a bad example if it's not true, but that makes a lot of sense to me. The processor is kind of like the brains, and the other parts of the computer are like the limbs. That makes a lot of sense. So I wonder, he says it goes straight to memory. I wonder if it's actually going through the processor to the memory and back, or maybe I'm just not thinking of it correctly. The processor is the part that gets hot as shit. Got you. Yeah, don't graphic cards get super hot too? Because I know they have fans built in on PCs and stuff. Yeah, I thought it was both for some reason. I knew that memory doesn't really get physically hot.
That move around. This is a goal I have. At some point, I want to write.
Graphics cards are processors. All right, now my thinking of computers is breaking apart. So I'm gonna look at parts of a computer, but they're dedicated to rendering. So they both get hot. Oh, so you're saying a graphics card is a processor, but a processor is not a graphics card, like rectangles and squares, right? Is that right? Is that what you're telling me? GPU equals graphics processing unit. Right. CPU central processing unit. I never thought of it that way. This is super helpful. Thank you. What are the 11 basic components of computers? So we have CPU, central processing unit, motherboard, which I think is more structural, right? Yeah, provides the structure for all of the components and connects them. Random access memory, Daft Punk. I was gonna say this was a Daft Punk reference and not the other way around, not this Daft Punk referenced RAM, but anyways. RAM is where data lives temporarily while it's being actively used by programs. So that makes sense as to why variables utilize it, such as when a user launches a computer application. technician may know how to identify the type of RAM in a computer, how to replace it if it's defective, and how to diagnose problems with copying data from one location in memory to another. Daft Punk is goated, agreed. That Daft Punk is the... Maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but they're one of the only bands from my childhood that I still listen to regularly. Like, not super regularly anymore, but like, I feel like I still am really... I still really like their music. Generally, I feel like there's not a lot of bands from my childhood that I feel that way towards. So, yeah, they are goated for sure. Video graphics array port, video input, power supply, cooling fans, hard drive or SSD, stores data, monitor. So yeah, it's really the CPU, the GPU, and the memory that I like really kind of have to think about here. Interesting. I'm sure we'll touch upon it more in this series, right? Maybe not, but it would be cool. Here, let me go back a few bits.
I have running and use that where it draws the circle itself. But what if, and there's another sketch I have running here right above it, I want that circle to move on its own. And I want it to bounce off the edges as it moves around. This is a goal I have. At some point, I want to write all the code for this bouncing ball sketch. And this section about variables is the start of that. In order to execute this vision I have, I need to have my own variable, one that I make up and that I bring to the program, not one that's built in.
I gotta listen to this one more time to make sure I fully grasp
Use that where it draws the circle.
James Kim finally being referenced in chat. Finally.
Itself. But what if, and there's another sketch I have running here right above it, I want that circle to move on its own. And I want it to bounce off the edge of that, where everything will then go look in memory, find the location, find that number, and use that where it draws the circle itself. But what if, and there's another sketch I have running here right above it, I want that circle to move on its own. And I want it to bounce off the edges as it moves around. This is a goal I have. At some point, I want to write all the code for this bouncing ball sketch. And this section about variables is the start of that. In order to execute this vision I have, I need to have my own variable, one that I make up and that I bring to the program, not one that's built in.
Okay, here I feel like we'll need to just continue for me to fully grasp that. I'll say notes from introduction to, sorry, I couldn't spell because it's so tiny. Introduction to variables. Also, Joe, I saw that you went live. How are you watching me and streaming at the same time? I'm so curious. I'm gonna go to your stream real quick. You're just talking about the game. All right. I assumed you switched fully over. I was just confused for a second there. So yeah, notes from introduction to variables. Variables are an alias that stands in for an address in the computer's memory. Variables are used a lot in games. They are often used to display a score, level, number of lives remaining, etc. I think, yeah, we'll leave it here for today. It's been over an hour. I do need to start to wrap up. Oh, did Instagram never fail? Can we finally stream for longer than an hour on Instagram? Yeah, we have. So that's interesting. Maybe I don't need to email Ecamm Live about that after all. I'll leave a note about that to myself. I'll say note. Instagram stream didn't end after an hour today. on my Instamobile app, I can't see that you're alive. Oh, thank you for checking. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Weird. But it didn't end on my end. I'm gonna check mine too. I really just keep the Yeah, no, you're right. Weird. Usually I see you by stories, but not right now. Right. Weird. I'll say didn't end in Ecamm live after an hour today. However, the stream was no longer visible after an hour. Thank you so much for pointing that out. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. Because I looked it up. Apparently I should be able to stream for 4 hours. I meet the requirements, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I can't tell if it's an issue with my software, or if it's just like a weird Instagram thing going on. But yeah, Instagram's not ideal for these streams anyways. The only reason I stream on Instagram is that's the only place people actually follow me. So it's more as a goal to kind of ship people towards hopefully watching on Twitch and YouTube, which has worked so far. You know, I've had a few people who found me on Instagram come over to Twitch and YouTube, so that's awesome. It's working for that. That's the main purpose of it. You know what? It says it's still live on my end, but I'll just let it sit there. I was going to hit end stream, but I might as well let it sit there. I find most new streamers streaming for mobile on YouTube. Got it. So you're saying like in the vertical format on YouTube? That's cool. I hear you. Yeah. But I imagine Insta too. Yeah, Insta just because that's where people actually follow me. Yes, vertical. Yeah. YouTube seems to be doing a better job at recommending vertical streams to people. I wish I could set that up in my software, but my software, automatically sends the same video to everyone. I can't make like a vertical version of it, so that's why Instagram is just cropped into the middle, is because I can't make a vertical version, and when I get sent to YouTube, it'll automatically open in like an interesting, sorry, I said interesting because I was reading your thing, but it automatically opens on YouTube as the horizontal format, which I'm okay with because, you know, that's the ideal way to watch these. Can you use OBS on Mac? Yes, you can, and I used to, because the software I'm using now, unfortunately, is not free, but OBS is free. So I used to only stream with OBS because that was the only software I knew about. But then I realized that or I didn't realize anything. When I used to stream back in like 2021-ish, all my streams were like crashing and glitching. I have like videos saved on my hard drive of those streams, but yeah, they would always like break down, start to glitch out. This audio wouldn't work very often. It just was kind of a mess. I've heard they've improved it since then. So it physically works, but I just ran into a lot of issues with it, and it wasn't an issue. I shouldn't have been an issue with my CPU or GPU or memory or anything, because I was using a decent computer, and then I would switch over to OBS on a weaker PC than my Mac laptop, and it would function a lot better. So I think it was an issue of it not being, what's the word I'm looking for, translated to Mac correctly. What's the word I'm looking for? It's possible that it's as on Mac only. Yeah. I think I've heard it's improved over time. You know, I've heard it's improved. But yeah, it does not work on didn't work very well when I was trying to use it. But I love this software, Ecamm Live. Like, I don't spend that much money on this software, and it is like a, what's the word I'm looking for, subscription service, which I'm kind of okay with because I got to like test it out and make sure I actually enjoy it. But yeah, I love OBS so far. I would show you what it looks like, but one of the features in OBS that I don't know how to change yet is that it doesn't show on the screen any OBS windows. They're like essentially invisible on the stream, so if I move one to the display, you can't see it, even though I can see it, because it assumes like why would anyone need to show that. But yeah, and I've found Ecamm Live functions flawlessly and allows me to stream on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at the same time, which has been huge for me. Which you can do on OBS, but you have to use plugins, and oftentimes those plugins cost money, and it's like, well, if I'm gonna pay for this, I want something where I can use it all in one, like this software. It's also why I can kind of switch around between different chats. I have one chat opened up in the Ecamm Live software that I can switch between different platforms like this. So yeah. Here, let's see. Let's go back to the display cam. Let's start to wrap this up. Doing what we completed yesterday on stream. Aside that was agenda. What we did today, we recapped last stream. Delete that. We continued editing Thursday sketch. Started a new sketch. I'll say yesterday's sketches, plural. Neither sketch got to a perfectly satisfactory place, but I'll say we, because you helped me out with this, Joe, we decided it'd be best to move on to the tutorial. If you would love to have you join the assume you're saying Discord. Nevin and I use some of my high school homies, usually just me and Nevin, just for gaming and chilling stuff. Sweet, yeah, no, I'd love that. Thank you so much for hitting me up. That's a Discord. I'll actually join, talk about the Discord channels from earlier. But yeah, would be happy to. I can't promise I'll be super active in it just because I'm in a ton of I'm in so many Discord servers and I have trouble kind of keeping up with all of them. But yeah, would love to join and pop in and out from time to time. I love that part of Discord. I used to have one friend group in particular early in the pandemic who we would just kind of like hop into voice channels. No need to like message, hey, I'm in the voice channel. We would just hop in and out. We saw someone in there, we'd hop in, we'd hop out. That's my favorite part about Discord. It's just you go in, you go out whenever you like. I love when people drop in and out. Exactly. Dude, I haven't met anyone else who has the same feeling towards Discord, because that's literally the best part about it too. You don't have to like we don't have to schedule to hang out. We can just hop into Discord if we're feeling bored. That's why I wanted to fight you. Perfect. Nice. I'll text it to you later. Appreciate it, dude. That sounds great. We'll definitely be joining it. What games have you all been playing in the Discord? I remember you mentioned Rocket League on your stream yesterday. Are there any other games you're playing? Continued editing yesterday's sketch, but we decided it would be best to move on to the tutorial. We did not go on any tangents today, but I'll say completed the short intro to the variables chapter and learn processing by the coding train. Rocket League mostly, sometimes World of Warcraft. Cool. I will be honest, I've never played an MMO RPG before, and this might sound crazy, but MMORPGs are genuinely the only video game genre that kind of scare me. The reason for that is they seem so much more addicting to me than other games, just because they're like literally endless and you can play them forever. Like I've always been a little interested in Final Fantasy 14 because I love Final Fantasy generally. But I'm like, I don't know if I can sink that much time into a game right now. But they do look fun. Classic era, got you. Rocket League, Oh, Rocket League equals Rocket League. I was like, RL plus Rocket League? I thought RL was Rocket League, but I got you now. I got you. But yeah, cool. Is Rocket League cross-platform? Because I don't have a PC to game on. But obviously Rocket League's on everything else, so it is cross-platform. Sick. Cool. Yeah, I haven't played in a hot minute, but could always hop on. Have you ever played Forza Horizon 5 or any of the Forza Horizon games? I got an Xbox Series X, was it last summer? About a year ago, I feel like. Yeah, about a year ago, and I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon on it. I'm usually not one for realistic racing games, but I find the like arcadey open world aspect to be a lot of fun. I want to get into Racing Sim one day, and Flight Sim 2, maybe VR Flight Sim. Nice! Talk to James Kim. He's here to crash streams, and he's here to set up flight sims for people. Microsoft Flight Sim 24 coming out soon. Right, I forgot about that. I remember seeing that online. Yeah, Racing Sim, so Forza Horizon, sorry, it's not Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport is a proper racing simulator, but Forza Horizon 5 is not a proper racing simulator. It's very like arcadey, open world. Because of that, it's a lot more fun. But I love, even though I'm not into like the simulation aspect of racing sims, I find Forza Motorsport to be so relaxing, just driving in circles, different paths. It's very pretty and realistic. It's super meditative. So sometimes if I'm watching a YouTube video or just need to relax, I'll play some Forza Motorsport while I do so, or Forza Horizon 5 too, depending on my mood. But yeah. So we completed that tutorial, and then tomorrow is simple. We'll begin tomorrow's chapter, creating your own variables. I'll say variables, creating your own, and learn processing the coding train, and that's it. Then make agenda for next stream. So we're getting back into the tutorials. I'm happy about that. I really enjoy doing the tutorials. I was glad you're happy about it too, Joe. And yeah, let's see. Is there anything else I'm missing here? Did I write this correctly? Instagram stream didn't end an Ecam live after an hour today. However, the stream was no longer visible after an hour. I did do that. Here, let me properly end the Instagram live stream right now. Yeah, this all looks good. Good progress today. I'm talking to my girlfriend in Cyberpunk. How are you doing so many things right now? How are you streaming here? Well, I'm going to go on your stream right now that we're kind of like wrapping up stream. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot you can't see the display. Oh my god, I forgot. How are you live and talking to me right now in chat? That's so funny. Here, sorry, you're probably hearing yourself, so I'll close out of it. She keeps repeating the same messages. What do I do? I don't know what to tell you, dude. That's on you. That's on you. Maybe restart the game. I don't know. But yeah, that's on you, dude. But yeah, close out your stream just so you didn't hear yourself over and over. It is bad. Bad boyfriend. You know what? I was gonna say you're a good boyfriend, but I don't have any real proof yet. Just saying. Anyways, I'm sorry, I talked a lot. I'm not sorry to you, sorry to anyone else who's watching the VOD of this, because I did a lot of talking about the stream without actually having my display cam on. It was just on face cam that whole time. So yeah, it is what it is. boomer moment from me. But yeah, we're all set for tomorrow. We're going to begin chapter variables, creating your own processing, and we'll continue the next day. So yeah, hopefully I'll be on time tomorrow. Thank you so much, Joe, for stopping by. I'm going to go raid someone. I apologize, Joe. I would raid you, but I've actually found that raiding people has been a really great thing for me to do to kind of build my connections. So sometimes streamers will follow me back. It's like a less scammy version of what was happening earlier today. So yeah, I'm gonna go raid someone. Actually, is anyone live that I want to raid? Dude, you should raid a new person every time. Yeah, no, I found it's been really helpful to like, yeah, meet people, build connections. No worries, brother. But next time I actually got viewers, I'll raid you. I'll raid you. Besides, if I raid you now, it's just yourself moving from my stream to your stream. So it's more just moral support than anything. So yeah. Let me see. Yeah, gonna go raid someone and yeah. Exactly. But yeah, gonna go raid someone. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you everyone who's watching the VOD of this. Be back tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, September 11th. And bye YouTube. Yes, bye YouTube. And yeah, thanks everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Another boomer moment. I muted my microphone but didn't hit the bye screen. Love you too, Joe. Love you too. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.